Do we have everybody? Good evening. I have the time as 7:30, so I will call the public hearing and regular business meeting of Mayor and Council for the City of Snellville, Georgia, Monday, October 28th, 2024. It is our City Attorney Chuck Ross's last City Council meeting with us. He's leaving. He's leaving to go to work for one of his clients. So we are going to miss you, and
Miss y'all.
going to miss having Chuck sitting up here next to me. So I will call the meeting to order. We do have a quorum. All council members are present, and we'll have the invocation to be given by Alicia Brown. Oh, there you are, right there in the front with Park Place Church.
Good evening. Let's pray. Father, thank you for your presence, and thank you that we can make our requests known to you. And Lord, I pray for your wisdom and your discernment for the members of the City Council. Lord, I pray that you give them hearts that are open to the people. I believe you already have, but would you guard that? And Father, I ask that you give them the ability to discern between issues and distractions and what is the best thing for them to be able to put all their energy and effort in at the moment, because you have the ability to have the view of everything. And I know that their heart is to bless the city of Snellville. And so I pray on behalf of them that you do bless the city of Snellville, that this city prospers, that it is unified, that it is a place that people long to come and to enjoy, and that they are able to see the fruit of all the labor that they put in these meetings and the way that they serve. Lord, I pray a blessing for Chuck Ross as he exits out and into his next role. I pray just your peace with him, and I pray that however hard it might be to replace him here, whoever you bring back into his spot will mesh and unify with those that are already here. We love you and thank you and pray these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you, Alicia. We appreciate your being here. And now we'll have the pledge to the flag to be led by Chuck Ross. Thank you. We have no ceremonial matters, so we'll move to the minutes. Is there a motion?
Motion to,
Hang on. We do have a ceremonial matter, but it wasn't on my agenda, so I forgot. We have a little surprise proclamation, Proclamation 2024-10, honoring Wesley Charles Chuck Ross for his outstanding service to the city of Snellville. Whereas since the city contracted with the law firm of Powell & Edwards in 2015 for municipal legal services, Chuck Ross has maintained the standard of legal excellence as city attorney. Whereas Chuck was born and raised in Kentucky, earning a Bachelor of Science from the University of Kentucky, a master's degree from Eastern Kentucky University, and a Juris Doctor degree from Ohio Northern University, he has been blessed with his loving wife of 30 years, Mary, and two beautiful daughters, Caroline and Anna Grace. Whereas Chuck has consistently showcased his legal expertise by navigating complex matters, providing sound advice, and ensuring justice, fairness, and adherence to the law in every facet of city governance. Even in the most difficult circumstances, he always maintains his professionalism, along with a quick-witted sense of humor. Whereas Chuck has been a friend and mentor to many city council and city staff members, and whereas Chuck's unwavering commitment to public service has played an integral role in the growth, prosperity, and well-being of the city. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that I, Barbara Bender, Mayor of the City of Snellville, Georgia, where everybody is proud to be somebody, do hereby join with our City Council, city employees, and the citizens of Snellville in wishing Chuck Ross much happiness and success as he begins this exciting new chapter of his life. May his future endeavors be as rewarding and fulfilling as his years of service to the City of Snellville. Proclaimed this 28th day of October.
thank you. That's why I put it up there, Todd, so I don't spill anything.
Okay, so now we will move to the minutes. Is there a motion?
Make a motion, we approve the minutes of the October 14th, 2024 meeting of mayor and council.
There is a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
I got a motion by Carrie. All in favor, please raise your hand. That is 6 in favor with none opposed. Under invited guests, we have, Christy, you're going to have to help me with Abdul's last name. Kolawole from South Gwinnett High School, presenting on behalf of the Environmental Club. Thank you for coming out tonight.
Thank you for having me. All right, good evening, Mayor and Council. My name is Abdul Kolawole from South Gwinnett High School and an 11th grade student on behalf here from Student Council, or not Student Council, Environmental Club. Now, what I've observed is a problem around Snellville, which is a waste of renewable or reusable resources. Now, you may be asking, what is causing this issue? People taking technology or items that they don't use or throw away that can be fixed and reused for granted. Consumer culture also plays a factor in this issue. Now you're asking, who or what does this issue affect? People who don't have much or those who could actually need these renewable things are also affected. The environment is affected by this as well. According to the World Economic Forum, we generate around 50 million metric tons of e-waste annually, a figure projected to reach 74 million metric tons by 2030. Now, a solution I want to bring to you guys is the Repair Cafe. Now, of course, this Repair Cafe can't fix issues around the whole world, but I want to start small, start with Snellville, the city of Snellville. The Repair Cafe I want to bring to you guys today isn't the first to ever exist, but I want to implement it in Snellville to also accommodate to other cities as well, possibly. How does this solution address the problem within Snellville? It addresses the problem by having it so that citizens living within Snellville can donate their broken or unused tech or anything that is fixable to the Repair Cafe that can be transfigured with the help of volunteers in the community with skills to fix whatever is brought in. Meaning, someone with the expertise of a background in technology or engineering could possibly fix an item to be renewed, or someone with a background in agriculture could fix an item to be reused for something environmentally friendly. The community of Snellville is so huge, so we can gather the help of many community members. Briefly speaking of volunteers, South Gwinnett High School is right around the corner, and I know students who are interested in eco-friendly based careers who would love to give their time to participate in something like this. Even elementary schools around Snellville could reuse these things that the Repair Cafe fixes up. Who will we partner with? I was hoping to be able to partner with the city through Snellville Youth Commission, which is a group of individuals that I actually am a part of that volunteers for the community and brings in people during citywide events to share their businesses or skills with others. This project won't be easy, so of course we'll have to start small by breaking down the process into developing an efficient and long-lasting cafe, which would hopefully be located somewhere in the city of Snellville, close to places like the Grove or South Gwinnett High School. How will we raise awareness to this project? We can raise awareness about this project by first using my role in Snellville Youth Commission, by talking to you guys, which I'm here today to do that, hopefully being able to advertise the cafe to the community by hosting an event to bring in people. The first action that I will take into beginning this project is making a business plan, but without the intention of earning money. This project is to foster the community into a generation that can take care of their environment and find uses for things with the potential of benefiting many people. Again, my name is Abdul Kolawole, and I hope this presentation was able to help you understand the importance and need for a Repair Cafe within the city of Snellville. And a closing statement is, we have many small steps, but all together is one big step towards a better world. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I think that's an awesome idea. We appreciate your being here tonight. Okay, we have no committee or department reports, so we'll move to the approval of the agenda. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve tonight's agenda, October 28th, 2024.
There's a motion to approve. Is there a second? So there is a motion and a second. All in favor, raise your hand. That is 6 in favor with none opposed. So the agenda has been approved as presented. So we have nothing tonight under public hearing, the consent agenda, or old business, so we'll move to new business. We have item A, second reading, ordinance 2024-14, an ordinance to adopt the speed zones attached as Exhibit A pursuant to Georgia Code Title 40, Section 40-6370 through Section 46-376, and Section 40-6-181 through 183 of that title, the Uniform Rules of the Road, to repeal conflicting ordinances, to provide an effective date, and for other purposes. This is the second reading, so we will be voting on it tonight. And this is just not housekeeping, but it's something that we have to do every 3 years. It's required by the Georgia Department of Public Safety to renew the city's speed detection permit. The ordinance includes a list of all the streets and roadways that have been approved for radar detection by our police department. And just to be clear, there's no speed limits that are changing. There's nothing like that that's changing. It's just allowing the PD to continue to run radar on the streets that have been approved and permitted before. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve ordinance 2024-14 as described by the mayor.
There is a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
There is a motion and a second. All in favor, please raise your hand. That is 6 in favor with none opposed. Now we have consideration and action on award of bid for the North Road and Wisteria Drive project. This project would do at North and Wisteria, that intersection. It would, our intention is on Wisteria, if you're turning right onto North Road, we'll have a dedicated right turn lane. And then as you're coming south on North Road, it will allow for a left turn lane that will stack 500 feet. I think it goes back 500 feet. Is that right?
Actually be close to 600 to 700 feet.
Okay, 600 to 700 feet. So it should allow traffic to move better in that intersection. And to say we've been working on this for 4 years would not be an understatement. Is it that long? Yeah.
I've only worked on it for a few months.
Yeah.
The previous city manager worked on it.
Yes. The city has been working on it for quite some time, so we were able to finally put it out to bid. We've got a few more. You know, we just need a little bit of right-of-way from several property owners, and so that's what we've been working on. But we do have, it did go out to bid, so we are hoping to award the bid for this project tonight. Is there a motion?
Motion to award the bid for the North Road and Wisteria Drive project. Apparently, we have an insect problem up here. To Azimuth Contractors for the amount $2,036,325.56, pending the city attorney's approval of the contract.
So there is a motion to award the bid. Is there a second?
Second.
There is a motion and a second. Any comments by the council?
It's been a long time coming. I really appreciate Matt and the rest of staff's hard work, and I look forward to someday having much smoother traffic flow. It might not be that way immediately, though.
All right, and with that, I will ask for the vote. All in favor, please raise your hand. That is 6 in favor with none opposed. And then we have item C, consideration and action on resolution 2024-15, abandonment of a portion of Pine Street right-of-way. Do you want to, somebody want to give a brief explanation of this?
I'll ask Chuck Ross to give an update on this. Thank you.
He needs some to do with
That's fine.
This is final explanation. Final job.
So during a recent rezoning, There was a, this is on the property, the Baptist church property that was rezoned. So there is a portion of Pine Street that runs up to that location, and I believe it only goes between property that is owned by the Baptist church. That property has not even been paved, I believe, in some of the places there. During the course of those hearings, we learned that the neighbors had no interest in having an entrance to run through there. So that property is of zero use to the city. So there is a process which can be done where the city, when they no longer wish to maintain a property or have any responsibility for a property that they're not using, we can abandon that property. And that is what is going on here. We're moving to abandon. It's a fairly small portion of property, again, that would have zero use, zero value to the city. And so we are taking that off of our roles and our responsibility.
Thank you, sir. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve Resolution 2024-15 as read by the mayor.
There is a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
With the motion and a second, all in favor, please raise your hand. That is 6 in favor with none opposed. So we are abandoning that section of right-of-way. That is all of our regular business for tonight, so we will move to council reports, and we'll start with Councilmember Carter.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the meeting. One of the first things that I did when I was considering running for council was to meet with some of the department heads of the city. And the first department head that I met was our police chief. Yes, I have a law enforcement background, and I realize how important a sound police department is to a community. So it gives me great pleasure to announce that others think the same as I. Because on October 25th, our Snellville Police Department received the Governor's Cup as the best police department in the state of Georgia. Not an easy task. A couple of other things. I met with the Snellville Adult Advisory Board on October the 15th. And there were a couple of important things that, that many of you need to know. Number one, the rates have not increased in 23 years, but they're going up now. The population of the Snellville Senior Center, which is now called the Active Adult Center, has grown from 300 persons to approximately 800 persons now. The amount of activities that they've offered have doubled, but through those 23 years, the costs haven't risen. So beginning 2025, there will be a two-phased increase in dues for the Snellville Senior Adult Center. For residents, it will go from $15 to $20, from $15 to $20 beginning January 1st. Gwinnett County residents, $25 to $35, and out-of-county residents from $30 to $45. There's more, but I don't want to belabor you with a whole bunch of information about that. Just know that the dues are going up, and I did give you what's going to happen effective January 1st. The Snellville Senior Advisory Board and those folks over there, they are just unbelievable, very community conscious, and I was a member of that board until I came on council, and I really enjoy meeting with them. Next, for those of you who live in the North Crestview neighborhood, I've been in contact with county representatives, and they're contacting the state, and there will be a traffic survey done in that area in the very near future. I will keep you appraised of what the results will be, but I personally have invested time taking pictures and taking videos of the traffic concerns in that area, and I have passed them on to the county. So there will be action taken. I can't tell you exactly what it will be, but I will keep you informed as to what's going on. And that's at North Crestview and 78. And that's all I have, and thank you very much for coming.
Thank you, Norman. Councilmember Heatherington.
Good evening, y'all. Thanks for coming out tonight. First, Christy, sorry about the bug thing earlier. He had pincers and he was scary and he flew. Todd tried. I want to echo Norman's congratulations to our police department and our police chief. That award was given, it was determined by a group from outside the state of Georgia. It's a Georgia award, but it was determined by a group outside of the state who doesn't know us or our people. It was very clear. We keep telling people that we have the best police department, and they're proving over and over again publicly that we do. Three times? And that kind of excellence starts at the top and works down. We have an amazing police chief who works hard for the city, for the police officers, for us, works along with us. We are very grateful and we are very blessed in this city. And I also want to thank Chuck. He has been a resource to me for many years. He's also harassed me a lot too, but it's kind of part of his job. He's been a resource and a friend to me for many years and made transitioning into being on council very easy. Just in what needs to be done, what shouldn't be done, all of those kind of things. So thank you, Chuck. Thank y'all for being here tonight.
Thank you, Carrie. Councilmember Linsky.
Abdul, could you please stand up? Could we take just another moment to recognize this amazing young man being here tonight? Abdul was impressive since his freshman year at South Gwinnett. Now you're a junior. So not only do we get to keep him this year on SYC, but next year he's certainly moved to a leadership role very early on in his sophomore year. A little known fact about Abdul as well, if I could share this. During your freshman year, you were named Mr. Distinguished Gentleman, I think, for the freshman class. And that was the very first time males got to participate in the pageant at South Gwinnett. So you were one of the very first, the trailblazers. I'm very proud of you for being here and presenting a great idea before Mayor and Council tonight and representing Student Council, Environmental Club, as well as SYC. Thank you. Our next meeting, just in case you're interested and want to see what all of our teens are up to here at the City of Snellville, SYC meeting will be November 9th at 10 a.m. to noon. These are open to the public, so stop by. Also that day, we have the Taste of Snellville from noon to 4, so a lot going on that day. And as soon, actually, you can kind of think about what order you want to do things, because then we also are going to need you to go over to Briscoe Park. Briscoe Park has its Cool Cars exhibit, so go over and take a look at the cars at Briscoe Park from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. So hopefully that's going to be another outstanding weather day. Congratulations to Kelly McAloon, an amazing fall festival last week, the best ever in my opinion, and the weather was just perfect. Could not have been a better day for us, and just an incredible family community event. Incredible amount of fun that was had by especially the little ones. I did miss the dog costume competition though. That I was a little disappointed with that. And let's see, don't forget November 11th. Put November 11th on your calendar for a number of reasons. We have a veterans celebration here at the Wall, Veterans Wall, at 3 p.m. So You don't want to miss that, and hopefully our weather will be cooperative for all of these great events that we have coming to the city. And of course, don't forget to vote. Probably most of you have already voted, unlike myself. I have not yet taken advantage of the early voting opportunities. So I'll be doing that this week, or I really enjoy Election Day voting. So that's just a tradition, and then going out to breakfast afterwards. So looking forward to that in so many ways. And I'm also, like many of us, looking forward to the elections just being over. Thank you.
Thank you, Christy. And now we'll go on to Councilmember Schultz.
Well, I want to add my congratulations to the Snellville Police Department on the Governor's Cup. I believe that's the third time that you have been awarded that, which really says something about Snellville when you look at the fact that that is the best police department in the state. And I think we're so lucky to have the department that we do. And this was the whole department that earned this: the officers, the communication folks, everybody was involved in this. So I think that speaks volumes. I also want to mention that the police officers, as part of their outreach, they typically go out Halloween night, and they drive through the neighborhoods, and they hand out candy to the trick-or-treaters. And I know the kids in our neighborhood that I've seen, when the officers show up with the candy, they're very, very excited. And the candy this year has been donated by the Snellville Walmart. So that was a very nice gesture on their part. One other thing, now that the leaves are starting to fall, some folks in your neighborhoods may be wondering if they can burn the leaves. And I know this has come up in our neighborhood recently, where some people are questioning, about burning and this type of thing. You need to find out if it is a burn day. Burn, and the number to call, if any of you want to write it down, is 678-518-4979. And one other thing to remember, that there's no burning on Sundays. And if you should have someone in your neighborhood that's in violation of that, you can call the Gwinnett Fire Marshal office, and they will do whatever needs to be done to address it. And I just want to add my recommendation to get out and vote. I've already early voted. It was simple and easy. We were in and out in just minutes, so it was very easy. And like all of you, I'll be anxious when the commercials are over. And I know there's, division as far as who wants who to win. Just remember, just whatever the result may be, just think of all the things that you're very grateful for after you know who wins it. So thank y'all for coming, and hope to see you again soon.
Thank you, Gretchen. And now we'll go to Mayor Pro Tem Warner.
Well, not to pile on, but congratulations, Chief, and to all the staff and crew over at the police department. You make us proud every single day. We were the first police department in the state of Georgia to get body cams back in every officer having a body cam back in the 2007-2008 time period. And at the time we thought, oh my Lord, we're going to have people having all sorts of issues with the way our police officers act, because That's the natural thought for those of us who don't understand what quality policing is. And time after time, it is proven that our officers are treating people with dignity, respect, and doing everything by the book and doing it right. And that conscientiousness has paid off. And now we are known as one of the premier police departments in the state of Georgia. And it was thought that it was an amazing thing when we got our second Governor's Cup, because no one had gotten 2 before, and now we're on to our 3rd. And that is a reflection of the support they get from our community, from mayor and council, from the rest of staff in the city, and certainly everyone that's employed under the Department of whatever your name is. Greg Perry. Good Lord. I am so old. So I am proud. Years ago, we changed to Snellville, where everyone's proud to be someone. And you are an example of that, why we are proud. Because crimes throughout South Gwinnett, Gwinnett County relies on our police department for a lot of support, and we are glad to give it. And we are able to find people and solve crimes that others don't seem to be able to, one way or another. So thank you very much. You're one of the reasons I can sleep at night. Last meeting, I asked everybody, please get out and early vote. And wow, I can't believe how powerful my words are. As of the close of yesterday, over 2.8 million Georgia voters had early voted. Only 171,000 of those were mail-in ballots. So a lot of folks have taken it upon themselves to get out and vote. And of those 2.8 million, 504,144 voters, as of yesterday, are people who did not vote. They sat out the 2020 general election. So whatever y'all have done to get yourselves, your neighbors, and others out to vote, thank you very much, because democracy works when we participate. So thank you for that. We are, I believe, as of close of business today, we're over 40% participation already in voting, and that's unheard of in early voting. So good job, everybody. And on that, I think there was one other thing I was supposed to talk about, but I'll let y'all off. What? Oh, Chuck? What? Is something happening with Chuck? Chuck, you will be dearly missed. I know Jay's here, who's supposed to fill your shoes, but there's no way. I've seen the shoes he wears. They're nice shoes, but they're not Chuck shoes. Even in the tensest of moments, Chuck keeps his nice, cool, calm demeanor. I know who he learned that from. And you will definitely be missed. And as you travel the world, just know you always have a home here in Snellville and a place with us. So don't be a stranger. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. And Abdul, I've got some ideas. We'll work together on your idea for the cafe. I think that's a great idea, and we can make that something big that you can look back on and say, I really made a difference. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Todd. I want to congratulate Kelly and all of the Tourism and Trade Association, Annabelle, and all the volunteers that came out to make the Fall Festival such a success. It really was a great day. Weather was picture perfect, and seemed like everybody was having such a great time. So good job. I just broke my pen. And congratulations again to our Snellville Police Department. It's one of the few times that I don't mind being on Nextdoor or Facebook and start seeing all the angry posts about how much Snellville pulls people over, and I'm like, yes, we do. Know that. Y'all complain all you want, but make sure you're going the speed limit and keep your phones in your cup holders. But I mean, our officers do such an awesome job. I hardly ever get police complaints, and when I do, and I call or email Greg, I usually get the rest of the story. But you know, any complaint that we do get is fully looked at, investigated. If there's counseling that needs to be done, then that's done and it's handled. And I mean, we just really do have just awesome officers. The things that they go through, we were watching a video of a stop a week ago, and I mean, kudos to the officers for keeping their cool and the patience that they showed. I honestly don't know how they do it, because you got to figure most days are probably like that. You know, Chuck, you've been wonderful to have sitting beside me, counseling me, making sure I'm keeping things on track, and just always appreciated your counsel, and count you as a friend. So you're going to be missed. So, and we will welcome Jay on at the next meeting, and then Tony Powell will be alternating meetings with Jay, but Jay will be our lead attorney going forward. And with that, I will close the mayor's report, and we'll open the floor to public comment. You may come up 5 minutes on, no more than 5 minutes on one topic, please. We did have one person sign up. You didn't need to be signed up, but if David Mascaro, if you want to come up, and then anyone after that is welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Barbara Bender, Mayor and Chair, Snellville City Council, and all the council members. Thank you for allowing our input. Summer Chase homeowners beg that you recognize that Snellville possesses a precious and unique actual grove. You have the power to oppose its destruction and preserve it for the enjoyment of our children and grandchildren. You could, for instance, offer the owner a sum equal to what he would obtain from this developer for a passive, low upkeep park. We understand some wish the property to be developed, but this proposal is not motivated by an interest in Summit Chase homeowners or the citizens of Snellville. The proposed R5 zoning for small lots and detached housing would in no way enhance the character of our neighborhood and would adversely affect the value of our investment and quality of our lives. Such a development is better placed on Highway 78. This property is so filled with granite that previous developers have deemed it unbuildable. The blasting necessary to accommodate the utilities infrastructure for these many homes in such close proximity to our own homes and infrastructure ensures damage and cracking to foundations and pipes. If our homeowners are to endure the deforestation, destruction, and disorder of such a development, they should at least rest in the knowledge that the end product would be homes and lots of equal status. In our own case, we have invested our lifetime of savings here only to now be faced with the potential noise and activity of 14 households within eyesight behind our property, which is what the current plan shows. Please recognize that our R30 zoned homeowners enjoy large lots, lakes, trees, granite outcrops, and beautiful rolling Georgia Piedmont. We chose to invest in Snellville in the Summit Chase neighborhood with the expectation of a continued space and room to breathe. The Snellville R30 zoning promises this as follows, quote, R30 is intended to provide stable residential areas of high quality single-family houses, to protect the residential character of the district, and to encourage suitable residential environment on lots which are of moderate width but greater depth than other single-family districts, end quote. Your positions enable you to consider the interests of Snellville residents and Summit Chase homeowners. Please reject the R5 zoning request and retain the R30 zoning. Thank you for your time. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else?
Good evening, Council, Mayor, Cal Hardrick, 2280 Buckley Trail. I had asked a question last time about the liquor license, and I want to say thank you to Chuck. You were very, very informative and always want to give information, but I'm not the only person asking. There are a ton of people asking, what's the status with the liquor license? I know on the website, the last post says it was going to be a drawing in September of 2023, and that hasn't happened. So if we can have an announcement as to what's the status of the liquor license, I would greatly appreciate that. And I want to say congratulations to the Snellville Police Department for your award. We at the Gwinnett County Police Department, we had our community event, and I spoke to Chief a while ago, but we also spoke again today, and that's something that I would like for Snellville to have. A space where our community members, because Snellville has changed, we do have a lot of development, we do have a lot of new citizens in Snellville. I've been here 24 years, a lot of people have been here longer or less, and do not know Chief Perry, does not know our great law enforcement officers. And some people have negative experiences, and we want to help debunk that. We want to be proactive and not reactive. So the same thing what we did with Gwinnett County Police Department, I invite us as community members to do the same thing with our police department, so they get to see their neighbors in uniform, which was the title that we use, because our law enforcement are our neighbors that are in the same. Their kids go to the schools, they may live out here, and they may work and do all these things right next to us, grocery shop. So I want us to have an opportunity so the members of our police department can get to know our community, and our community can get to know our police officers and give them the respect that they have earned. And I do want to say again, thank you, Chuck. You've been very nice and very informative every time I've asked you a question, and I really appreciate that, and I don't take that lightly. So best wishes to you and all the things that you do going forward. Thank you, and everybody have a blessed day and get home safe.
You want me to give the report before I start my 5 minutes? So before I give the 5 minutes today, I'm happy to give an update on the liquor license for you. So that matter is actually before the Georgia Court of Appeals, and we actually filed our brief last Thursday, I believe. And so from last Thursday, the applicant has 20 days to respond to that appeal, and then the Court of Appeals will then set a time for they may consider an oral argument, and then they'll actually issue an opinion. Until that happens, we're just kind of held until the Court of Appeals finishes their ruling. So, but it's moving ahead. Thank you. Chuck Ross, 10 Lumpkin Street, Lawrenceville. I wanted to use this opportunity, first of all, to just thank you all. Thank you all for trusting me and my partners. I've served 3 different mayors' administrations in Snellville, and I've considered every one of you all, also, like the mayor said, to be a friend. But it's been my absolute privilege and my pleasure. And I also, just for people that don't know, what a great city this is. So in my other life, when I'm not being a city attorney, I appear in front of other city councils and county commissions on behalf of developers usually. And I can tell you that Snellville does it right. I can't tell you how many times I go and sit and I go, why can't they watch Snellville? Why can't they do it like Snellville? What are these other people doing? The city just does it right. I mean, we have got a planning department that knows the law, that is second to none, that does such a great job. We've got public relations. Brian does an awesome job of making sure the public knows what's going on. STAT, I can't imagine not going to an awesome event that STAT does. Our Public Works, if you haven't been to the Recycle Center, what a gem. No one else in the area has anything, I don't know if anyone else in Georgia has anything like that. I personally use it myself. It's amazing. And the police department, and I was a prosecutor before I became a civil attorney. And I had the pleasure, and he knows I'm getting ready to talk about him, but when I was a young prosecutor, probably about Jay's age, I had the privilege of prosecuting, I don't even think you were a sergeant then, were you? You weren't even a sergeant. Greg Perry, Officer Perry, came across a pickup truck that had what we call a trap, or a hidden compartment, and just on his gumption, he figured out that the guy was hiding 17 kilos, it was cocaine, I think, it was cocaine or meth, it was 17 kilos. Yeah. Huge bust. And I said, so I mean, this is a guy, the chief here is not just someone who knew how to become a chief. He worked his way up, and he did the legwork. Your city clerk, I mean, I can't do anything without Melissa. She's able to, I ask her, she's the boss whenever I need anything as far as knowing the policies. And Matt Mercy, Matt has just come to be a great friend of mine, and we talk 5 times a day, I think. It's been incredible. But I can't thank you. What's that? It's all billable. Actually, I don't bill for the calls I have with them. Let me also say, though, I couldn't have done any of this without the incredible legal knowledge and help of Jay. He's going to do a great job for you guys. Obviously, Tony Powell brought me up and taught me how to do things. Leslie Trimmer, Manny DeSena, all people that I've worked with have all supported me and kept bringing me up. And I appreciate all of you, people like Barry Wiggs and Kat Hardrick. They make me be a better lawyer too, because they hold me to standards to make sure that I'm doing my job to serve. So I appreciate you all too. So hopefully I haven't missed anybody, but I just wanted you all to know how much I appreciate every one of you. What's that? Well, Todd definitely is a special place in my heart, but we'll address that later on. So I won't use my whole minute and a half that I have remaining, but thank you all for everything. It's been a fun ride. Thanks.
Anyone else? Seeing none, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn?
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. All in favor, raise your hand. That is 6 in favor with none opposed. Thank you all for coming out tonight, and drive safe going home.